lovely people, welcome to Zop Lady, welcome to my channel once again. And you know, every day is a unique day for me, and today I'm seated beside a wonderful gentleman, and I'm sure, and very handsome. I'm sure you also want to know much about him. So without much ado, let me just go straight and ask him to tell us a bit about himself and what he's doing in Thailand.
Hello everyone. My name is Pagamani Msamang. I'm from South Africa. I'm an architecture student, well, was, and then now I'm working for 1 year at an architecture firm in South Africa, and then I'm going to be studying honors and then masters for the next couple of years. And I'm in Thailand because of my partner, my lovely partner. Luckily she's like here, so you know, it gave me a reason to come.
So love brought him to Thailand, and I'm sure you're also going to see that beautiful lady behind the camera very soon. But anyway, you made mention of your name. It sounds so African.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me.
So to give you context, my mother is Belgian. She's a white woman.
Okay.
And my dad is South African.
Yeah.
He's a Zulu man.
A Zulu man.
Zulu man.
Okay.
Yes.
Whoa.
So they met in South Africa.
Okay.
During work.
Yeah. During work.
Yes.
Office love.
Yes.
Woo. And let's see what came out of
university love.
And university. Whoa. Yeah, that's really nice. Wow.
It's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of my name, it means rise or stand up, Pagama.
Pagama in Zulu.
Yeah.
It's to stand up.
Pagama, yeah.
It's
Pagama,
to rise.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so, you know, in South Africa, I'm sure you have seen most of my videos in South Africa, and I told you about mixed race couples, what people perceive them. And now that I have a mixed race gentleman, I want to find out from him. Yeah, and I'm sure you're also interested to know what it feels like being a mixed race in South Africa. I mean, from the Belgium side and from the Zulu side, how do community people see mixed race? Was it difficult growing up as a mixed race, or it was easy? Tell us your experience.
So one, I will say, being a mixed race in South Africa, especially like my kind of skin color, in some areas it's pretty common, like in Cape Town, there's a lot of colored people, which is when the Dutch came over, they mixed with the Khoisan and the actual natives, and over time that just bred colored people.
Okay.
Yeah, and so, but they have their own kind of culture, so like it just becomes a new race.
So it's a new race?
Yeah, basically colored people are like, it's not just white, black, mixed, and then a colored. It's just, that was in the beginning, and now it's just colored.
Okay.
But for me and my sister, actually.
Oh, you have a sister?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, she's also mixed race.
Yeah.
Identity has been like a bit of a struggle, but it's, from my perspective, I kind of like let go of it a while ago.
Yeah.
My South African family, from my dad's side, is very like welcoming.
Yeah.
But it, you know, at the end of the day, it's never going to be like we're that close together. And then on my mom's side, they're also very welcoming, but you know, they all have like their own thing going on. So it's never like I guess I'm too like black to be white, and then too white to be black. That's kind of the situation. And then in university, it's been nice not having to think about that, because in high school maybe I thought about that like a lot, but in university, you know, I'm with like more colored people, so people ask maybe less questions, and then in also my university friends are very inclusive, black, white, Indian, colored,
and then,
all sorts, that's been kind of my experience. And my sister, she's had a bit more of a harder time trying to like identify herself, but I think the point is, in future, I think, you know, my kind of situation, I mean, most people mixed race situations, I don't think it should be like I don't think we should put a label on our identity. It just makes it a lot easier to, you know, walk through things, walk through life.
You know why I'm smiling? Not putting a label to an identity. I really love that. But you know, he touched on something which was very sensitive, and I know that a lot of mixed race people may be facing similar issue, because he said he was facing an identity crisis, but a few years ago he let it go. Can you walk us through how you let go of that bit of yours, and then now that you know that you are a human being and you don't want to be labeled, right? Yeah.
No, so a couple years ago, it was more like I can't really like explain. I guess I never had the problem too much, but letting it go, because I was kind of like an individual myself. I was never like too much of a family person. So over time, I just like learned a perspective more about people, and it's like a lot of the time it's not exactly like, you know, like what you look like that makes you. It's kind of like, what's in between your ears, and so it just didn't make sense for me to like identify with what was in the mirror all the time. So for me, that helped a lot. Just being like, okay, if I see myself as just like a mixed race person, I'm always going to think, oh, I'm mixed race. I'm like part of these two worlds, so I'm never part of one. So it just made, for me, looking at myself as just like a human being, wada, you know, I grew up in South Africa, but it's just like a different upbringing from the rest. And then that perspective just like allowed me to let go about, like identifying with, you know, what you see in the mirror.
What you see in the mirror. So what you see in the mirror is the reflection of who you are. But yeah, I know you didn't want to place label on yourself, but then one of the things that I want to know, from black and white, where do you find yourself more?
Yeah, that is a very good question. I think it's also a very controversial question. In South Africa, we have a big issue around race. It's not like it's not hidden. Everybody, you know, it's very clear, you know, what race is favored in the country and which one is not. From my personal background, my mom's always been like a pretty strong figure in my life. So, and then that my dad's also been like around, but you know, I've always had like a stronger connection with my mom. And you know, so that's one reason why I would, you know, maybe I wouldn't say identify with that side, but I'm just saying, like, she's shown me like care and like a lot of love and a lot of support. And then another thing is, like, I guess people tell me I'm not exactly black when they hear my name and then they see my face.
Exactly.
And then, they say, oh, your mom's genes are really strong, eh? So, I mean, that's kind of where I sit. But at the end of the day, I really love my South African family. I love my Belgian family.
Okay, so maybe we are getting closer to the end of the conversation. But before then, I want him to give two advice. One will be for South Africans, how they view interracial relationship, and then also we say mixed race, but they call them colored. How a message for your South Africans, and then after that, you also give us a message for any mixed race child who is facing identity crisis. What do you do to overcome? And then a general message for everyone.
Okay, so message for South Africans. What I've noticed, I think from my experience, I think the young generation is like, you know, I'm really excited to see where we go in terms of culture. So I'm really excited to see where South Africa is headed in terms of our mixed race, or just our race problem in general. I think, especially Cape Town, I'm always banking on Cape Town, but I think, always looking at it as, looking in the past as like, oh, you were white, so I have to hate you because of what you did in the past. Oh, you are black, so I have to hate you because of what my family like believes or whatever. I think that's like one of the big problems. There are many others, like there's a lot of broken families. Urban planning has segregated a lot of parts of South Africa. But I think the one thing I wish people in South Africa could do is stop this whole two-side issue. I mean, like, we're all like South Africa. I know we do this a lot of the time, like South Africa has made us like do this, but it's, at some point we should try and get to this point. Not this, but we're at this stage. At some point we'll get here. At some point we'll get here. And then for mixed race individuals, it's I don't think it's going to be an easy thing to figure out in the beginning. I think over time, maybe as you get older, you can choose if you want to identify with one of your parents' sides or no side at all. If you're happy with that, I think you just need to like look inside of yourself and ask yourself, okay, why do I feel like I'm excluded, or why do I feel like I need to be part of one side or another? It's just been my experience that especially in university, our friend group is very mixed. So it's never been like a you're part of this race, you're part of that race. And also, if you never end up finding a community, you can't forget that you also just have yourself, and I think you have to find a way to be happy with that. I'm not sure if that's a fantastic answer. And then, sorry, the last question was just
any message for everyone in general.
Any message for everyone,
especially the youth.
Yes, come to Thailand. Yes,
come to Thailand. Yeah.
No, I really like. I think this is my first experience of traveling, and it's also brought me a lot of new perspectives, especially about how things are, how things are like built up, and I would just encourage anybody who's young, travel, take risks. That's like a big one, and fail a lot. Like, fail hard, fail fast. Don't be scared, because at the end of the day, we're all gonna get old, and it's a lot nicer to be old with a lot of experience than be old with like being scared the whole time. So just whatever you were thinking of doing yesterday, do it. Whatever you were planning, for next year, you can't wait for it to be perfect. Take the risk.
Yeah. You can't wait to be perfect. No,
yes.
You can't. I mean, the catchword of all the things he said, you can't wait to be perfect. Just do it, and then grow old with experiences, big experiences, and not just small ones. Take that risk. I really like that. And I think I'm an epitome of that, and I'm really enjoying my old age with all the experiences I'm having. On that note, Zop Lady would like to say a big thank you for coming along with me. And as always, don't forget to tell a friend, to tell who, a family about who, Zop Lady, and kindly subscribe to the channel. But before I say bye-bye, I need to introduce him to the Ghanaian handshake. I'm sure you've seen much of my videos, and you know how it goes. Do you know how it goes, the Ghanaian handshake?
I need it. Maybe I didn't watch it to the end.
Yes, he did it. He did it. On that note, let's say bye-bye.
Ciao.
Done.